looking to invest to fund somebody's education, whether it be your child, a grandchild, or a loved one, I think a 529 plan is the perfect vehicle.
So what is Wealth Match? Tools and advice that can help you maximize your wealth. She's getting paid for what she knows and not what she does.
To work less and play more.
To maximize the wealth for my clients.
Your retirement plan.
Teach me something, Uncle Money.
How's everybody doing? My name is Randall Avery, owner of RSA Deasil Advisors, a wealth management serving clients in the Atlanta metro area. Today we're going to talk about 529 plans. So if you have loved ones, people that you care about, grandkids, great-grandkids, and you want to invest for their education, I believe a 529 plan is the perfect vehicle for you. College is getting more and more expensive, and to reach those desired occupations, they're requiring more and more advanced degrees. Because of this, if you want to not saddle your loved one with a burden of student loan debt, it is important to invest today in your child's future. So what are 529 plans? 529 plans are state-sponsored investment vehicles. That means each state has the option to either have a 529 plan or not have one. They also have the options to determine what investments on it and the rules and extra benefits of 529 plans. 529 plans have so many positives. But unfortunately, like most investments, there are some pros and cons you need to consider. This video explains some of the advantages and benefits, but also the disadvantages of 529 plan to see that if it's a proper investment for you. First, we'll go through the benefits of the 529 plan. The first benefit of a 529 plan is the plan grows tax deferred. That means when you invest money into these plans, that growth on a year in and year out basis will not be taxed. Even better, once you spend the money on qualified educational expenses, and you have to look at your plan rules for that, that money can actually be spent tax-free. It is a great tax advantage account, especially if your goal is to invest in your kids or your grandkids or somebody who loves education. The second advantage or benefit of a 529 plan is you can give this as a gift to your kids, grandkids, or somebody you deem worthy of educational expenses. Best of all, if you have friends and family members that want to invest in a child's education, you can set up this account to fund money through this account. This way you can give the gift that almost guarantees the education of that child. The third benefit of a 529 plan is its portability, which means that you can actually reassign beneficiaries. For example, let's say you have two children. Your first child, in which you set up the account for and who is the beneficiary, decides they don't want to go to college. That's okay. Your second child is a rogue scholar and they are definitely going to go to college. You can actually transfer the beneficiary of this one account to another account. That gives you ultimate flexibility when it comes to funding your kid's education. The fourth benefit, and one of the newcomers to 529 plans, you can actually use these funds to pay for your kindergarten to 12th grade for private schools. That means you do not have to wait for all the way till they get to college to use the 529 funds and the benefits of a 529 plan. So if it makes sense for you, if it makes sense for your overall portfolio investments, please consider 529 plans not only for secondary education, but also for private schools while they're in kindergarten all the way through to the 12th grade. There's so many advantages to a 529 plan, but there are some disadvantages and some things you should consider. The biggest disadvantage is if you spend money on non-qualified educational expenses, there will be assessed to you a 10% penalty. Please read your plan documents. Make sure when you spend your money out of a 529 plan that it is considered a qualified expense. The second disadvantage of a 529 plan is actually choosing your investment options. It's not money where you can just put in and then invest it itself. You actually have to decide which investments there are. The tendency for most individuals is to be too conservative with their investments, understanding that educational expenses are going up 6% every year. So let's make sure that our investment aligns with what we're trying to fund and is achieving that level of growth. The third disadvantage is something that a lot of people miss. Before you invest in a 529 plan, make sure that you're fully funding your retirement accounts and you're on track for retirement. There's so many different ways to fund education, whether it be grants, scholarships, or even student loans. But there's only one way to fund retirement, and that's through your saving. So before you fund the 529 plan for somebody's education, make sure that you are on track for your retirement. The fourth and last disadvantage of a 529 plans are that all states are not created equal. Each state determines which investments, the rules, and the plan itself. Just because you live in one state does not necessarily mean you have to invest in that state. You can actually invest in other states. So making sure that you know what the rules are in your state and that you're in the appropriate plan that fits your needs is critically important. This is why seeking out a financial advisor to assess these things is so important. I hope you can see the value of a 529 plan. If you believe a 529 plan is appropriate for you, please reach out to a financial advisor so they can invest those funds so that education won't be a burden on your loved one. If you like videos like these, please click the subscribe button. If you like this video, please click the like button. And as we give you more different investment tips, personal financial planning tips, please be on the lookout for more videos. I hope you enjoyed the video. My name is Randall Avery.
I appreciate the info, Uncle Money.